So Wisconsin moves on to a second consecutive Big Ten championship game without even playing the two best teams in its own division. That's the state of the Big Ten in 2012. Mark Rogers TV just minutes after Wisconsin completely annihilated Indiana 62-14. Here was the setup before kickoff. Winner take control of the leaders division. Even Indiana at 4-5, 2-3 in conference play before kickoff, beat the Badgers, and Indiana just needed to match Wisconsin the last two games of the season to move on to Indianapolis in the Big Ten championship game, even with a 5-7 overall record. But there was no doubt into the first quarter who the better team was. It was certainly Wisconsin. They ran for a school record 564 on the ground. You got it, 564, a stadium record as well. Monte Ball with a $198 and 3 scores, and his 3 touchdowns very significant since he is now just one shy of the FBS record held by Travis Prentice of Miami of Ohio. Monte Ball with 77 career touchdowns. James White got into the act as well. 161 on the ground and 2 scores. Indiana possibly could have had a chance, but they blew it late in the first half. Wisconsin was dominating 17-0. The Hoosiers got a scoring drive together with Cameron Kaufman hitting Ted Balser with a 6-yard touchdown play. Indiana had the momentum, just down 17-7. Wisconsin was running out the clock, and it looked like Indiana might want to call a timeout, stop Wisconsin, get the ball back with about 45 seconds left. The offense was rolling at that point. Wisconsin was just trying to get to halftime, and suddenly they ripped off a 69-yard touchdown play by James White. 69 yards on the ground on a 3rd and 16 with just 13 seconds left in the first half. That's how it went for Indiana. They're just not physically tough enough, strong enough, and fast enough on defense. Wisconsin got players to the perimeter and just tore up this IU defense. Kevin Wilson has done a fine job. He's recruited players for his passing game, quarterbacks, tight ends, and wide receivers. Indiana can throw it around, but defensively, they are a mess. They are soft, they are weak, and they are slow. And it showed in this game. Wisconsin, again, 564 on the ground. They only had to throw the football 7 times. But those 7 passes were definitely very significant for one, Kurt Phillips. Recruited as the 19th best quarterback coming out of high school, out of Tennessee, Kurt Phillips finally, as a redshirt senior, gets his first start at Wisconsin. He has suffered 2 major knee injuries, threw only 12 passes back in 2009 as a backup to Scott Tolzien. So Wisconsin's had all these problems at quarterback. Danny O'Brien and Stave, their starting quarterback, who has taken over and played really well the last several weeks. He was injured seriously last week, so it went to Kurt Phillips, and he went 4 for 7, 41 yards, threw a key 17-yard pass on a 4th down on the first drive of the second half, threw a touchdown pass as well. So congratulations to Kurt Phillips. 4 for 7, 41 yards, but that got the job done as Wisconsin just rolled on the ground. So the Badgers play Penn State and Ohio State the next 2 weeks, but they don't need to win those games. They, again, march on to the Big Ten championship against probably Nebraska. Nebraska needs to win out or at least tie Michigan for the division lead in the Legends division to get the nod because the Huskers beat the Wolverines straight up. Would love to hear what you have to say about the Big Ten race here on Mark Rogers TV.